I just don't know how much I don't want to make this video. I just don't want to make this video, but I have to because it's out there and a lot of people have not seen it. Maybe people don't think it's real when other people talk about it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that there is going to be another pandemic. And I know some people are going to click off right now. Sorry, not sorry. There is going to be another pandemic. It's not for me saying it. I'm just telling you what the wealthy billionaire Bill Gates is saying. And we all know that he has the strings on everything that's going on. Just like right before the pandemic in 2020. It was predicted. They ran drills, right?
How many of you have heard of Event 201? Event 201 is a simulation that they did right before COVID hit, and it was a drill for how to handle pandemics. But it didn't do the things you would think they would do, like how do we fix the VAERS system to make sure that we get good data? What they talked about was how to turn America into a totalitarian state, how to impose censorship. In my book on Fauci, I've been able to find 22 of those simulations. And they have been practicing this for year and year. It's all sponsored by the CIA, as I demonstrate. Fauci and Bill Gates play key roles in them. Bill Gates called Fauci in 2000 to his home in Seattle, $147 million home, 40 acres on Lake Washington. He sat Fauci down in his library and he said, I want to propose to you a partnership. You and I work together to vaccinate the world. The story of these simulations is critically important because it was the way that they prepared. They didn't just have a few people involved. They had hundreds of thousands. Cops these were all top secret. Police officers in every community in this country, healthcare workers, first responders, were all drilled in this. How to censor, how to silence, how to impose tracking and tracing, how to do control. So they all went through these drills again and again, and it was a way of drilling and practicing a coup d'etat against American democracy.
So I went down a rabbit hole today. I'm not going by myself. So let me drag you with me. Y'all remember 2019, the World Economic Forum had simulations, they updated their website, they had meetings on top of meetings about what if a pandemic happened, and 2 years later, COVID. Guess what? They are doing exactly that again. But this time, it's cyber pandemic. That's what they're calling it. Again, the same pattern, simulations, meetings, and in fact, they have their annual meeting 14th through the 16th. Guess what they're going to be talking about? Cyber pandemic. This time, I don't think we have 2 years. So we need to prepare ourselves. But, that is not the revelation. Y'all know how the government is sending militaries to a bunch of states in the name of immigrant and homelessness? Now it hits. It makes sense. That doesn't make it true. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay? If this happened, the whole world gonna be shut down. This is gonna be a reboot. This is gonna be a reboot. And by the time we come back, things will completely change. They're gonna have government. The whole one for all of them. Government. Imagine we have no electricity, no internet, nothing. It's gonna be chaos. Most of the state/cities that they know that's gonna be problematic, they are already putting their foundation there. That's why you see troops there. Listen, I don't know if I'm crazy. I wasn't going down the rabbit hole by myself.
They've already ran a drill for the next pandemic. So this is pandemic number 2 that is going to be taking place. And you're not just going to hear it from me. I'm going to let you hear it from him. So if you get mad at him. Get mad at those wealthy people who are playing God and we are just sheep. They're playing God. And God is going to judge us all. I've even gotten to the point where I just don't care anymore about trying to please every single person. This is what's happening. I'm going to tell you what's happening. If you don't like it, you see the title, don't click on the video. Don't get in the comments and start talking about fear mongering. Don't talk about all of that stuff. If you don't want to hear something and it's said in the title similar to what it's going to be about in the video, then just don't click on it. Live in La La Land. It's okay if you want to live in La La Land. But some of us want to prepare as much as we can, because in the end, it's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. But in between time, we want to be, living okay somewhat until they decide they want to take that from us as well. So, y'all, I'm going to share this with you. But before I do, let me leave you with this right here. 2 Timothy 4. In the presence of God and of Christ Jesus, who will judge the living and the dead, and in view of his appearing and his kingdom, I give you this charge. Preach the word. Be prepared in season and be prepared out of season. Correct, rebuke, and encourage with great patience and careful instruction. And I think that's what I have been doing. I have been trying to prepare you guys as much as I possibly can. I'm being obedient to the word, and the word is to let people know what is happening, let them know what they can do to help themselves somewhat. But of course, in the rapture, I'm not trying to worry about it, because I intend to rapture with God. I'm going to be obedient to God, and I'm going to spread the word, whether people like it or not, and people are going to hate. It says it in the Bible. People are going to hate you for him. For the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. So that's just like, when you see a lot of yes men, and people surround themselves with yes men, because all they want to hear is yes. They don't want to know the truth. They just want to be pacified like a baby. And we don't have time for that. There is an urgency in the world. People are playing God right now. And it is going to affect all of us, the things that are happening, the things that I have. There are so many things I'm trying to tell you guys about, and I'm trying to space it out because I don't want to overwhelm a lot of people, because this does make some people scared. But I would rather be scared and know what's going on than scared and not know that this is coming. Okay? So take the time out. Read 2 Timothy 4, because like I said, let's go to verse 3. For the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. They're not. They don't want to hear anything I have to say. They don't want to hear anything anybody has to say. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths. But you keep your head in all situations. Endure hardship. Do the work of an evangelist. Discharge all the duties of your ministry. Share this video out. I don't just put these videos out just because. I put them out because I want you guys to be preparing. I want you to do as much as you can with the finances that you have. Stocking up on water, stocking up on food, stocking up on medication, making sure you have funds set aside if the system goes down, or if, they start locking people out of stuff, that you have some finances that can see you through until whenever. And use small bills when doing so. They're saying that the possibility that the dollar is going to crash come next year. It's supposed to be a ball of chaos come 2026. So whatever you can do now will definitely help you down the road, because with everything that's going on and these countries kind of all against each other and sabotaging and tampering with underwater wiring, which is communication for these ships that are out at sea that we get our deliveries from. If that goes down again like it did before, because allegedly Russia tampered with it, even though they said they didn't, listen, there's nothing that will be coming in. So while the shelves are looking full, even though the prices don't look that great on a lot of things, do what you can. Get items in your home. Create a community of people that you can rely on and they can rely on you. Share your skills, because we don't know if this is going to come down to bartering or anything. So I'm not just telling y'all this to tell y'all this. I'm just really hoping and praying that things turn out better than what they are looking right now. But if they don't, you will have something set aside for your family, something set aside for yourself, and hopefully be a little less reliant on the GOV. Because while, yeah, they'll come in and save the day, they're not really saving you. No one's coming in to save you how you would save yourself. They're coming in with rules, regulations, and you just may not be a part of their game plan.
5 to 10 years for the next pandemic, we'll solve all those problems.
You say the next pandemic.
This was recorded in April of 2024, which means 5 years will be 2029, which would explain why they are rushing the digital ID to be fully operational by 2030. Is it just me, or does Bill Gates look extremely excited when he talks about this pandemic number 2?
There will be another pandemic.
Absolutely. We don't know when. You know, the risk per year, 2%, 3%.
The next pandemic. And there will be one. There will absolutely be an outbreak of another pandemic.
We definitively will have to face other surprises, black swans, as they are called, maybe different kinds of viruses.
But also there will be a surprise outbreak.
Most of the work we're going to do to be ready for pandemic 2, I call this pandemic 1.
Didn't realize is that Bill Gates doesn't think of himself that way. Bill Gates doesn't think of himself as some guy who got super rich making bad software. Bill Gates thinks of himself as God, in control of the solar system. And that's why Bill Gates is now backing something called sun-dimming technology that would reflect sunlight out of the Earth's atmosphere, causing global cooling. Ooh, that's not fraught with risks.
Bill Gates is backing the first high-altitude experiment of one radical climate change solution, creating a massive chemical cloud that could cool the Earth. It's called solar geoengineering, and it's highly controversial. It would look something like this. Thousands of planes would fly very high and use nozzles to inject millions of tons of light-reflecting particles into the stratosphere. It would create a thin chemical cloud of those particles around the whole planet, blocking some sunlight from reaching the surface. It would mimic a giant volcanic eruption, which we know cools the Earth.
Now, just to restate, Bill Gates is not God. Bill Gates is some kind of weird, socially awkward rich guy who lives in Seattle. He doesn't own the planet, but he's now changing the planet single-handedly. This is not just over his yard in Seattle. This is over your yard and our oceans and the whole planet. Now, according to Forbes, Frank Kutch, who's the project's top investigator, quote, does not know what the results might bring. Well, just experiment with the globe and find out what happens.
Digital IDs must be accepted by U.S. citizens by 2028 or risk exclusion from society. I think that's what the Bible warns about.
Officials in 2 Latin American countries alerted the WHO of several outbreaks of a new infectious disease that's mysteriously appearing across the region. Severe epidemic enterovirus respiratory syndrome 2025. Over the past 6 weeks alone, there have been 500 confirmed or suspected cases reported. The virus could cause a severe pandemic if early containment and mitigation efforts are not successful.
I don't know about you, but if they did a 201 before COVID, a year or two before COVID even happened, and they just did this one this year for 25, I say between 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, we're going to be in another pandemic. So 2027 to 2029. That's what I think. Thanks for watching, and I just want to say I love you, but God truly loves you more. He created only one you. Be the very best you that you can be, and when you are, go out and spread God's love. Peace, love, and light. Thanks for being here on Tommy Bites Homestead. Hopefully I can get a live out to you guys really soon. Until then, please watch the video all the way through. Hit the like button. Share the videos out. Hype the video up. Whatever you can do to get these videos out to more people so more people can be in the know on the go.
One of the best things you can do for your family is to start a garden, get your seeds, figure out what you're going to grow, where you're going to grow it, how you're going to grow it, and get busy doing that. You don't have to have a garden bed. You can use buckets like you see the white buckets right there. Just do something, because relying on someone else is giving them control. I was a girl with dreams so wide, eyes full of wonder, heart open, untied. The world seems such a place to lay. Ran through the days in the sun's warm sway. But somewhere along the road I felt the shift. The days turned heavy like an unseen rift. The girl that I was began to fade, and in her place a new self was made. I'm in between, I'm not quite all a girl, a woman, both in my soul. Learning to balance, learning to be in the struggle. I find the real me. I feel the pull of who I should be, caught between the past and what I can see. The weight of the change rests on my chest. Questions that made no sense. I was a girl with dreams.